The blue mist cast down just as Catalina's madre was pulling into the hospital. They were taking Corey to a series of chemo trial sessions. Ugh, there goes that creepy fog again, Madre's voice quivered. At least the media claims it's not related to any natural disasters, Kat added, although that's only speculation. What is it? Corey asked from the back seat. No one really knows, Pooh Bear, Kat replied. It's unnatural. I hope it disappears soon. Madre scrunched her nose as she pulled up to the drop-off spot in the front. The mist had been going strong for almost a year, appearing more frequently and staying for longer periods of time. When it veered its mysterious essence, it gave Kat the willies, but she sensed that it didn't have any plans of vanishing soon. You guys go ahead. I'll meet you in the lobby after I park, Madre told them. The blue haze had infiltrated the entire area. Besides the color, its translucent makeup was most troubling. How could you see through it? Kat and her brother walked toward the entrance. She glanced at Corey, and he appeared to glow with a luminous blue light. Corey grinned at her. You're glowing in blue, he observed. So are you. It's kinda spooky, though. He shrugged. I think it's sorta cool. Of course he did. Corey was only 13. He really wasn't old enough to contemplate what logical explanation could really cause this. Before they could walk inside, 2 guys and a girl with a pixie cut cornered them. The chick said, Well, if it isn't Catalina Diaz in the flesh. Kat scrunched her nose, not sure what she meant. Are you and Cade together now, or did he stay with Callie? Pixie Cut asked. Kat raised her eyebrows. These people recognized her from temptation trials, something she wasn't used to. Kat had spoken with Kincaid when he'd first gotten back from Vegas. Cade had broken the news that he and Callie were working out their relationship. She wasn't shocked because it was clear how much he loved Callie. Kat only hoped that she was worthy of his love. Callie was his choice, so she had to accept it and move on with her life. Kat truly did want Cade to be happy, and she'd told him just that. He had actually texted her a couple times since their conversation to check on how Corey was doing, which she appreciated. Cade was a good person. Kat had also been contacted by the regime, letting her know that Kincaid and Callie were going to be soulbound. All contestants were sworn to secrecy, not allowed to disclose any information pertaining to the trials. If the regime found out a contestant leaked info, they'd be thrown in jail. Who was soulbound with whom was revealed at the Temptation Ball. In the past, all the couples had ended up choosing their island picks, so it really wasn't that much of a surprise. However, Cade and Tobias choosing to stay with the person they were fighting for was a first. I'm not at liberty to say, Kat finally replied. Huh, that's too bad. Honestly, I hope he doesn't choose either of you. The girl smiled mischievously. Excuse me? Kat smirked. I want Kincaid for myself. Kat couldn't help but giggle. This chick was nuts. One of the dudes got in Kat's personal space, rubbing her arm. She jerked away from him. What are you doing? I'm just checking out the view. It's lovely, he answered with a cocky grin. Okay, this is starting to make me really uncomfortable, Kat thought on edge. We need to go inside. My brother has an appointment. She tried to move past them, but they were blocking the way. The second guy prowled toward Kat, literally pushing her brother out of the way. He shoved her against the wall. What the hell are you doing? She gasped. Was he going to attack her? They were in broad daylight, not to mention right outside the hospital, for crying out loud. Kat, what's going on? Her brother's voice raised an octave. It's okay, she told Corey, trying not to lose her shit until the perv clasped her sex. Her breathing escalated to the verge of panic. Catalina, you're even sexier in person. He licked his lips. His dark brown eyes were glazed over like he was high on drugs. Let me go, Kat hollered, frantic to get away. The lunatic wasn't budging. Getting greedy, he slid his other hand up her thigh while still cupping her hoo-ha. Take your filthy paws off my sister, you pervert! Corey yelled, trying to get to her. The other dude blocked his path. Thankfully, 3 enforcers in the front lobby caught wind of Kat being mauled. They rushed outside to help get the loony fan off her. When her madre came in and found out what happened, she wanted to press charges. If Kat filed a complaint, then that would only bring more attention to herself. The last thing she wanted. Staff personnel and onlookers had stopped to see what the disturbance was about. People were whispering and pointing in her direction. 2 of the enforcers were questioning the other guy and pixie cut girl. Madre was insisting they get tossed in the brig also, since they were in cahoots with the perv that felt her up. He sat hunched over in the main waiting area with his hands cuffed behind him. The officer standing guard leaned against the wall. He'd yawned 3 times. Either he was bored or tired. Poor Corey's brow knitted, so upset. If his face wrinkled any tighter, it might stay that way permanently. "Are you alright, sis?" Corey asked. "I'm okay. Stop worrying. We need to get to your appointment, though." A woman close by pointed at Kat. One nodded. "Yep, that's her from the Temptation show." Kat cringed, and then she went over to where her mom was fussing. "Madre, it's fine." "No, honey, it's not fine. They all need to go to jail, harassing you like they did." "Corey's late for his appointment. Can't I just get a restraining order against the one that got frisky with me?" Leaning closer, she whispered into Madre's ear. "Please, Madre. I don't want to make a big deal about this. Everyone here is already instigating, and if the media finds out, they will just harass me too." Madre glanced around, just noticing the crowd that had formed to be nosy. Addressing the officer, she pointed at the guy handcuffed. "I don't want him anywhere near my daughter again. If you can guarantee that, then we won't press charges at this time." "We will take care of it, Mrs. Diaz. Go ahead and take your son to his appointment. We'll get their information. Once you're done, come to the security office so we can get your info, and we will go from there. I'll also make sure these guys are no longer allowed on the premises." "Very good," Madre replied. Kat sighed. She hurried Corey to the elevator, hoping to quickly put this behind her.